Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome to another episode where I review vintage fountain pen. Today, I have for you a quite simple fountain pen, and for me, it's a quite enigma. I don't know the official name of this fountain pen. Judging by the way it looks, and for the fact it's an NOS fountain pen, I presume it is a model from the 1990s. I present to you this interesting scholar model from FLARO. For those of you who watch my channel, you know that FLARO is a Romanian producer of fountain pens. They produced fountain pens in communist times before 1990s, but they remained in business after 1990s, producing quite plain looking writing instruments and office supplies. I believe that this is a product that was built after the 1990s, after the Romanian Revolution that brought the change from a communist to a democratic regime. And as you can see, it is in a plastic fountain pen. It comes in this blue, light blue, like a pastel color. When I bought it, the seller had the other three different colors, but I thought that this is the most vivid one. And for those of you that watch my channel, the FLARO fountain pens are renowned for their ink converters that were integrated in the body. The cap you can see is pressure fit, and it reveals this metallic grip, and it is metal, it is not plastic, and this beautiful looking steel nib. On it we have FLARO, and after FLARO we have iridium. Maybe it refers to the tipping point, but we know that iridium is a metal that was used for the last time in the 1950s. So it is an alloy. On the top of the nib you can see it. Yes, it's quite rounded. At the back we have a plain plastic feed. And the most interesting part about this fountain pen, it is in its filling mechanism. And here we can see we have an ink converter, and it is operated like this. But usually during communist times, this converter was integrated in the body. So this means that it was glued in to the body. It was part of the body. But with this ink converter, you can see I can take it off. So I want to make a little experiment. For the first time, I have here an international ink cartridge, a Pelican ink cartridge. You can see imprinted on it we have Pelican, and I will try to fit it, and you can see it fits quite well. So guys, why do I think this is a model made after the 1990s? Because in Romania, before the 1990s, cartridges were not introduced to the market, so we used only ink bottles. And of course, when you have an ink bottle, there was no need to change this ink converter. What I like about this ink converter, it's quite plain, and I like the orange plastic, transparent plastic that forms the body where it holds the ink. So guys, I think, with your permission, because it is an NOS, you can see never inked, maybe I will try to do the writing sample just with the cartridge. So it is quite easy to mount. By the way, before I will do the writing sample, let me compare it with another fountain pen. And I'm sorry, it's just a comparison term. So I have here with me the Jinhao 159, a big fountain pen. And in comparison with this big fountain pen that you probably know has the same dimensions as Mont Blanc War 49, this is quite slim fountain pen. A quite simple fountain pen, a school fountain pen. I think it was affordable, And by the way, guys, I paid only 45 lays for this, which roughly translates to 9 euros or 11 American dollars. Bear in mind, this is in NOS state, so I think it was never inked. Okay, I will leave the Jin Hao 159 on the side, and I will leave the dimensions of our fountain pen on the screen. And now I will move on to the writing sample. First of all, let me see if we can post it. Yes, you can see it posts quite securely. Let me see if it writes. No, remember guys, it is the first time that I use it. So I will gently push on the plastic cartridge, and I hope that it will write. Let me see. Okay, I have a little drop. I will use this drop. Maybe the nib will write. No. Okay, let's use it a little bit more. And now again, little pressure. I hope that no. So quite annoying. But why not? Let me try another method of filling it. Of course, it will eventually write. I think so. But I don't have time for this. Let me simple put it here. Let me introduce the ink converter here, and I will fill it up with this Parker Quick ink. I think this is a mixture of Parker Quick ink. It holds 50% Parker Quick and the other 50%, if I'm not mistaken, Pelikan 4001. Let me introduce. I want you to see for the first time how the ink is being drawn. Yes, you can see now the level of ink. Okay. Okay. So guys, let me get a tissue real quick. Okay. Sorry about this. First of all, let me clean this page, and then let me clean this grip section, this metallic grip section. I like about this fountain pen, this section. Uh, it uh, it it is quite a light metallic part. We will see. So first of all, I want to see if the nib writes, and you can see now it writes. So it just needed some ink to go through its system, to go to the feed, and to go to this grip point. Okay, if you don't mind, I will use also this paper for the writing sample. I have here a beautiful Romanian fountain pen, a FLARO, made in Romania. And judging by, let me see, in the 1990s, it could be 1995, 1993, I'm not so sure. And I have some ink problems. I hope it is just now. We will see if the ink flow persists. Okay, I have a simple steel nib. It's surprisingly smooth, as you can see. It has a little bit of feedback, but no scratching. Let me test the juiciness of it. Let me see how juicy it is. Not such a juicy nib. Being a steel nib, I don't expect for it to have line variations, so no flex. Let me do also the pressure. So here no pressure, and here we have a little bit of pressure. You can see a little bit of line variation, so definitely a line variation. Okay, guys, so I definitely this has a problem with the ink. It drops the ink, so I will open it. Okay, what is your problem? Why not? I will try to to drop a little. Okay, so look what I will drop a little bit the level of ink, and I hope that this should resolve our problem. The only thing I don't like about this fountain pen, you can see this is a metallic part. This part is made out of plastic, so in time I'm not so sure how it would do, but it is what it is. I hope that we don't have the flow problem so much. Sometimes there is not a drop of ink, and now we have too many drops of ink. Okay, let me also see the reverse writing. Reverse writing. And guys, I'm amazed. It performs quite well. Of course, we have a problem with the ink flow, but it doesn't scratch, so you can also reverse write it with it. Judging by the way that this nib writes, I think this is a fine nib. Fine or even an extra fine nib. I'm not so sure how to categorize this type of nib. And now, let me write to you the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now, if you are paying attention to it, I have a little bit of ink flow, but this time the flow, it isn't consistent. You can see, so it barely writes, but I think it is a problem with the pressure from the ink converter, and in time I think it will write better. So guys, I paid for this around 45 lays, which means approximately 9 euros or 11 US dollars. So not a bad price for an NOS model. So I think it was never inked. This was my review. Indeed, a low-cost fountain pen from a Romanian producer, a famous Romanian producer during communist times. FLARO even managed to produce the only fountain pen made in Romania with a gold nib. It was made in the 1970s and it was called FLARO Titan Deluxe. I have a video of it on my channel, so check it out. So this Romanian producer managed to stay alive after the transition from the communist industry to the new market demands of a democratic country. I am proud to say that the firm FLARO still exists in Sibiu, but it changed its activity field from manufacturing office supplies and office writing instruments. Now I think they do something related with the plastic industry. I'm not so sure what they produce right now, but it is a performance that they lasted from communist to democratic times. I don't know for sure if you know the Romanian economy, but let me tell you that After the communists, many of the factories were sold for scrap metal. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So, enough with the boring history lesson, economical facts. This was my review of FLARO fountain pen, and for lack of a better word, I will call it FLARO Pastel. Quite a nice writer, what can I say? Not a perfect writer, you can see these ink flow problems are quite annoying, but a well built fountain pen. I think it does its job for a school fountain pen or a student fountain pen, a low budget fountain pen. I like the fact that the ink converter can be replaced or you can use even ink cartridges. I don't like certain things about it. I certainly love the light color of it. Thank you guys for your time. This was my review. I wish you to have a nice day wherever you are. I hope you've enjoyed my little review with this Romanian fountain pen. If you did, please subscribe to my channel to support my activity. I will see you again at the next episode. Till then, bye bye and take care of you.